I'd like to welcome all my West Long family from Cranston, Rhode Island, and again thank you for your continued prayers and support. We are living in Cranston, which is the third biggest city in Rhode Island, and we are near Warwick, which is the second biggest city. Our hope is to plant the church in this triangle where Cranston, Warwick, and this other city, West Warwick, come together. Between the three cities there are 200,000 people. And they come together over this shopping corridor, which is the main drag of shopping in Rhode Island. So we are right now looking for a place to meet on that shopping drag. And this is also where the Interstate 95 and the bypass 295 come together. So out of these three cities, there are 200,000 people, of which only 2 to 4% go to church on a Sunday morning at an evangelical church. That means there are 192,000 to 196,000 people who are not on church on a Sunday morning. And we think that there is great potential. Right now we are working at North Point Christian Church, learning the tricks of the trade of church planting. And North Point is located north of Providence, whereas our future church, South Point, will be south of Providence. And North Point is experiencing God's blessing in many ways. Just a year ago, the week before Easter, North Point only had 101 people. And last year, which was their very first Easter Sunday, they had 177 people. But God has worked amazingly over the past 12 months, and this year for Easter we had 358 people. We average over 250 people on Sunday morning, and lives are being changed. In fact, as I speak, the last 2 weeks we've had 6 people come to Christ. And we will have one advantage that North Point will not have. And our advantage is that we will actually have people from North Point help us be a launch team for our church. And so North Point has a staff full of kingdom-minded people, people who the preacher desires to give away some of his best and brightest volunteers to help us start South Point. And we will hopefully start South Point on October 30th of this year, and we will be the second church in this grouping, but we will not be the last church. Our hope is that in another 12 to 24 months after South Point launches, that we will have a third church. In a couple of years after that, a fourth church near Providence, and then a fifth church in and around Providence. And our hope, and our dream, and our belief is that God will change this state for His glory in the next decade. And so again, I thank you for all the years that you allowed me to be your preacher. I thank you for training me and for sending me. I thank you for the financial support which you now offer, and I hope that this support and this sending will have exponential effects as the gospel message continues to spread throughout Rhode Island and throughout New England. Again, we are looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks and looking forward to hear what God is doing in your life. We'll see you then.